Hey guys, I knocked into the tripod here and I'm trying to get it level again. Sorry about that. I know it's moving around a little bit there. And I think we're about a minute late getting started. I had a sudden influx of email right towards the end. I think sometimes eBay doesn't send them right when they are sent because I checked them and there were none. And I walked away for about 60 seconds and I came back and there were like 7. So I don't know, very strange. Anyway, we are here now and we are getting underway. Some information that we're going to go over before we actually get started ripping tonight to make sure that we are all on the same page. I'm still fiddling with the tripod. I know. I just knocked right into it and now it's a hot mess, isn't it? So while everybody is getting in the room and getting settled, let's go ahead and start taking a look at our information here so that we are all on the same page. So feedback, it is automated, and anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me, etc. All right, we are taking a look next at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night it's going to be Legacy Football. That is an inner case break, and it is break number 3 of that. It's a 12-box case. Veteran Base does not ship to the teams in that break, which of course is clearly noted in the listing description as well. And Veteran Base is a separate bidding category. On Thursday night, we're going to open Archive Signature Series Retired Player Edition. That's actually a Wednesday release. However, it's not going to be here on time, so that's why we're going to open it on Thursday instead. We'll also open a 20-box case of Clearly Authentic Baseball and an 8-box case of Finest Baseball, all on Thursday night. Friday night, we have 2 new releases on Friday. That is Absolute Baseball, which we will open by the 10-box full case, and then Chronicles Draft Picks Football, and we're going to open that 8-box half case break of loose boxes. Saturday and Sunday will both be off nights. Here's what you need to know about what we are working on tonight. So we've got 1 free shipping break. That is our break of the full-size football helmets. If you are lucky enough to be one of the people who pulls a full-size football helmet tonight, you can expect it to ship out the door and on the way to you sometime between now and next Tuesday. So the free shipping stuff is always projected out to go out within 7 days of the date of the break. A lot of times it goes sooner than that, but it won't go later than that. Now, if you are in the full-size helmet break and you get skunked, meaning your team is not one of the teams pulled, then you are still entitled to a consolation card. That is simply a used trading card for your team, can be from any year and any series, typically held to ship with your next package on free shipping breaks. But if you want it sent sooner, you just drop me a line on eBay and let me know, and we'll get you covered. Our paid shipping break tonight, that is Prism Quick Pitch Baseball. Those are expected to be out the door Saturday, plus or minus a day. So, meaning if the week goes well, it might get out the door on Friday. If the week went terribly off the rails, it would go out the door on Monday. I would highly doubt that it would be Monday unless something really drastic happens. So Saturday is the best estimate at this point. I don't think anybody will get skunked in quick pitch, but if by some miracle you didn't pull any card at all of any sort for your team, you would still get a package in the mail and it would have consolation card or cards in it, since that would technically be your next package shipping. So we are starting off with a 3-box case of 2020 TriStar Autograph full-size football helmets. This is break number 1 of that product. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay, which is Tuesday night, the 7th of July. We've got our team names there on the left-hand side, and the winning bidder's user ID is across from each team there on the opposite side. And we'll scroll down through there so everybody gets to see their name up there. And if you are here for quick pitch baseball, do not go far. The full-size helmet break will probably only take us 7 or 8 minutes, something like that. Now, this case is way too big to fit on this work table, so I'm going to have to cut into it behind me, and then we'll look at them one at a time, because that's all that really kind of fits in our little area there. So bear with me while I get cut into the case first. And there's my invoice. That's 2 nights in a row I've found an invoice in my in my case of memorabilia. Okay, so here comes the first one. I'm going to show you, because again, I know it doesn't always fit. That's the top of it with the red sealed tape, and there's the bottom of it with the red sealed tape. And let me scoot this case back behind me, and we're going to attempt to take it out this way without, hopefully, without knocking the tripod over. I'll be honest with you, sometimes the tripod does get knocked over as I try to extract them through the front instead of through the top, but we're going to hope not tonight. Well, and still, how did I still not get through the tape? Good grief. Maybe I need to change out my blade. What do you think? And there's all kinds of stuff coming out of there. We'll see what all that is in a minute. First things first, we've got to... See, there's just not much room to do this, unfortunately. These full-size helmets don't fit in the workspace very well. Let's try it like this instead. It is a Pittsburgh Steeler, I can see that much. All right. Now, let's find out the rest of the story. Oh, we got something taped to the top of it. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. All right, we're going to start out with this. It tells us it's James Conner. And you know what? I need to tweak our focus just a little bit. I forgot to do that. We're going to take the autofocus off and change things up a little and see if that doesn't help us out a bit. Okay, so James Conner, that's just a generic TriStar kind of thing. And we had just a, oddly enough, this just appears to be a blank piece of paper that was in the box with it. What's the deal with that? Okay, there are just 2 completely random blank pieces of paper that were in the box with the helmet. That's super weird. And then stuck to the top, I'm going to show you, see, stuck to the top up there, we've got what appears to be a photograph, but it's literally stuck to the top of the helmet. And it is a picture of James Conner signing it, but I'm not quite sure why it was stuck to the top, but anyway, it was. So there is your James Conner autograph, Pittsburgh Steelers, our first full-size helmet. And on the back there, we can see the authentication sticker. And on the side, we got all kinds of things going on here. Here's another COA with a picture. And then we've got a JSA COA stuck in behind the grill here. So we have got certification coming from all angles with the James Conner. So there you go, Pittsburgh Steelers with pictures and double COAs and all kinds of other fun stuff, but you have a James Conner helmet to start things off. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way, and then we'll bust into the second one and see what awaits us in there. Note that all of this, I mean the picture, this, it's all kind of curved because, well, it was in there funky, and the one was stuck to the helmet, and etc. All right, let's extract helmet number 2 from our case. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to show you the seal there for the top. And then there's our red tape seal on the bottom. And we are going to rinse and repeat. Except, well, one would assume it'll be a different player, but rinse and repeat the process. Albeit likely with a different outcome. All right. I think we learned our lesson from the last one, didn't we? We're going to go about it this way. We have got a Dallas Cowboy. Let's get the plastic off and take a look at the Cowboys helmet. All right, you are looking at a Tony Dorsett there for the Dallas Cowboys. And what do we need to know about it? There's our little informational card that matches up with it. That looks like a TriStar hologram authentication there on the back. And tucked in behind the ear pad is a TriStar authentication. It's just a generic one. All the TriStars are generic. Probably it's stuck in the glue behind that. Honestly, on these replica helmets, a lot of times those ear pads come unglued, as do various other internal elements of it. And when you try to extract that COA, that might happen, but if it does, you'll see how it's attached. It's just like with a double-sided kind of tapes, how they attach them. All right, so there is the Tony Dorsett autograph for the Dallas Cowboys, is helmet number 2. And give me a second to get it out of the line of fire, and we will come back and get the next one. I wanted to get that big case box out of the way too. It takes up so much space, as you might imagine. All right, so there's the top of it sealed with our red tape, and here is the bottom of it, likewise sealed up with the special red tape. Well, where's my seam? There we go. I definitely have to get a new blade, don't I? And it looks like we've got the Nigerian Nightmare coming out, according to our info card there that dumped out ahead of the helmet. So that's going to be Kansas City and the Chiefs, who just locked up their quarterback for the next 10 years at the cool price of $500 million. Can you even imagine being a kid his age and you just signed a deal for $500 million? Yeah, it's crazy, right? The Kansas City Chiefs and the Nigerian Nightmare. He even inscribed it with his nickname, even better. That makes it even more fun. There is our generic information. This is a generic TriStar COA. All their COAs look like that. They're not tied specifically to the item. What is tied specifically to the item is that little hologram sticker there on the back. And this one's looking pretty good inside. Everything's still attached. So there we go. We started off with the James Conner for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The second one that we saw was Tony Dorsett for the Dallas Cowboys. And the third one out of this case was the Nigerian Nightmare for the Kansas City Chiefs. Got one more to carry out of the way, then we'll get our focus readjusted and get everything lined back up here. I definitely moved it doing the helmets. And then we'll move into some Prism Baseball. And it is Prism Quick Pitch tonight. So we've opened some regular Prism in the past. We're going to dig into some Quick Pitch this evening. I'm going to tweak this just a little bit so that it's more card friendly for us. And then we're going to go back and take another little peek here at our spreadsheet info. For those of you who might have missed it earlier, here's the deal. So, of course, the helmet, we just took care of that break. If you hit one of those, it's going to ship out to you sometime within the next 7 days. Free shipping breaks don't ever get a guaranteed specific date. They are just sometime within 7 days. If you didn't hit in that break, you are still entitled to a consolation card. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. Normally, on a free shipping break, I would just hang on to it, send it when your next package ships out the door. But if you want it sent sooner, you only need to hit me up on eBay, send me a message, and let me know, and I will square it away for you. Paid shipping break is the one we're about to start. That's a little Quick Pitch Baseball. Should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Saturday. As always, that is plus or minus a day. So if the week goes really well, might go out a little sooner. If something utterly unexpected happens, it could go a day later, which would push it to Monday in that case. But hopefully we won't have that problem. I would expect that every team will pull cards in quick pitch, but if for some reason you don't get a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you would still get a package in the mail with consolation card or cards in it. So this is an 8-box break. It's loose boxes, as was noted in the description. And it is the first time we've broken quick pitch. We broke some other regular Prism, but this is our first quick pitch, which has some exclusive parallels and things. And of course, it also ended tonight on eBay, same night we're breaking it, which is Tuesday night, the 7th of July, 7/7. And of course, team names are there on the left-hand side. And once again, our winning bidders, you can see your eBay user ID up in lights there across from your team. So now we're ready to get our quick pitch on. All right, so it looks like Duke City Girl is here. Gosh, haven't seen you in a while. How you been, Duke City Girl? And T-Man is in chat, and Andrew. Andrew, I see your question there about Prism. I guess you've already figured that out now. You probably typed that in when I was wrestling with all those oversized helmets. And it looks like T Diggity is happy about something that came out in the helmets, so I'm going to assume we got a hit there for T Diggity, it sounds like. So that's always a good thing when we get a hit. And Jay Allen's here. He said Dallas Steelers and Chiefs in the helmets. That's a good recap. Thank you, sir. And Duke City Girls, you're expecting a baby? Woohoo! That's exciting. And go Phillies. All right. I like it. And Jay Allen's got, unexpectedly, the Rangers and the Giants tonight. You know, he normally has the Phillies. So this says we are looking for 1 silver prism per box. It also says on average. You know, Panini's 2 favorite words in the world are on average. And what else does it say? Find 1 autograph from Quick Pitch exclusive Donut Circle Prism Parallels or a 1-of-1 Black Finite Prism Parallel per box, once again on average. So basically that is a little CYA for Panini because occasionally they mess up and don't put in what they're supposed to put in. So that's why all their stuff always says on average. Apparently they don't trust their process. Now I had a question that came in today or tonight in messages. And of course you guys know I don't have a lot of time in between when the break ends and the break starts. And I'm trying to invoice and do spreadsheets and get the break set up and all that. So a lot of times I simply copy and paste the information that is relevant from the listing description. And sometimes I guess that still doesn't totally clarify it. So we're going to go ahead and address the question that I got. And the question is, do all the cards ship? So guys, that's a yes and no answer. Okay, so it starts out with unless otherwise stated, because you know some breaks I will say in the description, for instance, veteran base does not ship, or you know whatever the case might be. Now I didn't have any notation like that in this break, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. Now the second part of it is not quite as easy in that you can't just wholesale state, oh, every card that has, say, for instance, a Milwaukee Brewer on it is going to ship to the Brewers, because guess what? Sometimes, a lot of times in products, we find cards that have more than one team on it. And when you find a card that has more than one team on it, of course, we have to figure out a way to award it. And the way that we do that, you can find listed out in the description under the special circumstances area. And it talks about how we figure out where cards go that might have more than one team on it. So that's why it's never quite as simple as yes they do or no they don't, because, well, you never know what kind of cards we might find in the product. So hopefully that makes it a little easier to understand. And just as an aside, anytime that there is a variation from what I just spoke about, it will always, always, always say that in the listing description. Right in the same area where it gives you the date and time of the break and the name and quantity of the product. If there's anything different, like veteran base not shipping or whatever, that's the spot it's going to tell you. because I figure most people at least, you know, are looking at the part to find out the date and time of the break and that sort of thing. Okay, so base cards we're going to go through at a pretty good little clip. We're not going to spend a lot of time dwelling on those. We'll take a look at our numbered cards and such a little slower here in the first box so that we get an idea of what we're looking for, and then we might go a little faster through subsequent boxes. The first one here, of course, is a nice blue parallel, and it is numbered to 175, and that looks like the Mojo pattern to me. It goes to the St. Louis Cardinals with DeYoung. Then we've got this pattern whose name I always forget, and that one is numbered to 199. It's the Mariners and Jake Fraley. Depending on how much numbered stuff we find, I may wait and sleeve those after the break. If it's going to take us forever, if there's not a ton, we'll do it as we go live, of course. And now this looks like it's going to be our hit out of box number 1, and it is Ryan McBroom, numbered to 35, and has the Kansas City Royals. And I believe if I remember right from what the side of the box says, that parallel will be the one that is exclusive to the quick pitch version. Let's just double check that. Is that what it says? Yeah, the donut circles is what that pattern is called, apparently. So there you go. Now we know, don't we? So looks like our blue donut circles are all going to be numbered to 199, at least the ones that aren't autographed. And here we have an insert for the Minnesota Twins. That is Nelson Cruz, and it is also numbered to 199. Got a different color parallel here. And Brendan McKay and the Tampa Bay Rays with a sort of turquoise color, and it's very low numbered to 15. So especially nice for the Tampa Bay Rays with the Brendan McKay. It's a Brilliance insert, but just base insert. It is not numbered or anything. And now we see a red come out, James McCann, and it is numbered to 149 for the White Sox. So we've seen a 149, a 175, a 199, and a 15 are numbering so far, anyway. T-Man, you said big hits tonight. You think we need to get some big hits? I'm going to try, man. You know I like to do that. We will do the best that we can. Looking for some more Alonso fire. Oh, listen, that was a beautiful hit, Brian. That one of one Alonso the other night. And speak of the devil, you get the silver prism out of box number 1. So those aren't numbered, but they are limited to 1 per box according to the information that we read there on the side of it. So you're off to a good start anyway. Mike Yastrzemski, Baby Yaz to 199 Giants. And then this is a prism insert. So not technically a silver prism, but a prism insert nonetheless. Javi Baez and the Cubbies. And what do we have waiting over here? It's the first time we've seen the instant impact insert, I think. And again, if they're numbered or they're prisms, I will point that out as we go along. If they're not, we'll usually just keep on trucking past them if they're a base insert. And here we have Brian Reynolds, and that is to 199. It is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's Omar Narvaez, and it is numbered to straight up 99, headed to the Milwaukee Brewers. Our red parallels all numbered to 99 thus far. Mr. Gio Urshela out for the Yankees, also to 99. And a stargazing Max Scherzer insert that is numbered to 25. All right, so that's another nice low number here out of box number 1. So that probably gives us a pretty good idea of what we can expect to see going forward here in terms of inserts and that sort of thing, but gives us a good little overview, I think. Elmer wants to know who has Kansas City Royals because he wants to buy the McBroom. I'm not sure who does have the Royals. Did you have him, Jay Allen? Who did he say he had? I forgot. T-Man has the Red Sox, Dodgers, Rays, A's, Padres, and Blue Jays. And Jay Allen said he's got the Rangers and the Giants. Yeah, I'm not sure, Elmer. It's, of course, on our spreadsheet, but I don't remember all of those. Unfortunately, it's always such a mad dash to get everything ready and get the break done. I am cutting and pasting those in there furiously, and I don't usually remember, so sorry about that. But if our Kansas City team owner is watching, hey, you've got a home for your McBroom card if you want to sell it. Because it sounds like Elmer says he is from his hometown, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty, let's see what else we can find here. And 43 Wilson 43 has joined us. Hi, Wilson 43, or 43 Wilson, rather. Alright, let's get this slightly rearranged. Give me a little more room to work. Alrighty, so far so good with our quick pitch. This is another product that I was really surprised that I got all these weirdo quantities of it. I mean, this is a product you would think you would just order, and if you wanted a case of it or 2 cases of it, you'd get a case or 2 cases, but yeah, it was another one where they did not give me the amount that I ordered by any stretch of the imagination. And then we got this weird amount, 8, right? I mean, that's not even half a case. It's more than a third, but less than a half. But anyway, what are you going to do with it? Alrighty, here we go. Elmer, do you want me to read your email out loud? Because I am not sure if it gets posted where other people can see it. I can see it, but I've been told in the past that other chat users that it strips out email information when people try to post it. So do you want me to read it out loud? This is Dustin May to 199, the Dodgers. Because I can if you want me to, and I won't if you don't want me to. DJ LeMahieu and the Yankees. That's also going to be to 199. And we have got a top of the class for the Dodgers. This is Cody Hosey, and it is a Prism insert. Not our silver Prism per se. And here's Jose Abreu. That is also going to be to 199. And what I'm thinking is that we are seeing enough numbered stuff that maybe what I will do is we'll probably just sleeve the higher numbered stuff after the break. And the lower numbered stuff, you know, like anything below 99, maybe we'll sleeve live. And then the higher numbered stuff I'll set and do after the break, I'm thinking. That is Dustin May. It's red to 99. It's also going to the Dodgers. And this red is Gary Sanchez. It's for the Yankees. And this one's going to be to 199, and that is Logan Webb for the San Francisco Giants. Here's our silver Prism out of box number 2, and it is Tyrone Taylor for the Milwaukee Brewers, the silver Prism out of box 2. And here comes our hit. It is Lewis Thorpe for the Minnesota Twins, and numbered 250 this one is. So Minnesota, you get our second hit of the night. First was Royals, the second one the Twins. I'm going to guess this is going to be low-numbered. A Garrett Cole Brilliance insert for the Yankees. And is it not numbered at all? Oh, there it is. Numbered to 15. I lost the number in the design there for a minute. So good looking low number insert for the Yankees to 15. And this will be to 99. It's Brilliance Javi Baez for the Cubbies. And then we have Ketel Marte. That's the Arizona Diamondbacks, numbered to 25. I'm honestly not sure, but what I don't like Quick Pitch better than the regular Prism. Doesn't it seem like we're getting more lower numbered things out of Quick Pitch than we did out of regular Prism? I mean, maybe we're not, but it seems kind of that way to me. So, oh no, I'm kind of digging Quick Pitch right now. Kyle Schwarber and the Cubbies to 199, the blue parallel. Ooh, plot thickens. One would assume this will be gold and low numbered, but sometimes they number them high. Let's find out. And we're right, it's low. Numbered to 10, James Paxton out for the New York Yankees. Can you guys even believe, first of all, did you see Tanaka get hit in the head by that line drive the other day? I mean, they published it on social media. Some of the news media was there watching the practice for the Yankees, and Stanton hit an absolute line drive to Tanaka's head, and you could hear it hit. I mean, it was brutal. I don't even know how it didn't just knock the guy out, period, total. But it didn't, and of course they had to take him to the hospital, and they released him out of the hospital the same day, and the next day he was back at the stadium. But if you had heard that hit his head and seen him drop, oh my gosh. I mean, that looked so bad. I am amazed that he was not hurt worse than that. That was crazy hard. T-Man, you and 43 Wilson there working out some deals. I like that. It is always good to wheel and deal and chat and find some stuff you like. T-Man, you saw it. It did, didn't it? It did look really bad. I can't believe how he got up from that. I mean, whew. I mean, hearing the sound of it was almost worse than seeing it. Seeing it was bad. Hearing it was unbelievable. And of course, a number of the Yankees players were really unhappy that the reporter, whoever it was that recorded it on their cell phone, they were really unhappy that that person posted it on social media and said they shouldn't have done it. And I mean, I guess rightfully so, maybe, but when they're televised, they always show it, and goodness knows they show it over and over and over most of the time when it's televised. Elmer, you did not tell me if you want me to read your email address out loud or not, but maybe T-Man, can you tell me where Elmer typed in his comment right above yours? Can you see his email address in there or not? Kevin Newman to 199, the Pirates. Because I can see it, but I need to know if you guys can see it or not. Because, of course, he's trying to reach out to the person who owns the Royals. Our silver prism from this box is the Padres and Tatis, Fernando Tatis Jr. No, you can't. Okay, that's what I thought. I was pretty sure that someone had told me prior that YouTube strips it out. So, Elmer, if you are still with us and you would like me to read that out loud so that anyone watching later who might have the Royals would know how to contact you, I will do that. And if you don't want me to, I will skip it. This is numbered to 149, an illumination insert with Moncada and the White Sox. So I believe these have been numbered to 15 so far, haven't they, this color? It's Joey Gallo and the Rangers, and indeed is numbered to 15. Then numbered to 99, we have Rhys Hoskins and the Phillies. T-Man says they shouldn't have let Tanaka back the very next day. Major League Baseball has some policy issues. Well, for sure, but I mean, he didn't play or anything, but of course, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I don't see any way that he didn't have a major concussion from that. So I think they probably do need to get their protocols in line, maybe with those of the NFL and such. To 199, that is Colton Wong for the Cardinals. And then we have Manny Machado, the Padres, and that is numbered to 25. Lots of low-numbered things tonight so far, which I like, of course. Numbered to 199, it is Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. Also numbered to 199, you've got a little Blake Snell there for the Tampa Bay Rays. Charlie Blackmon and the Colorado Rockies. That's also to 199. That was on the Brilliance insert. We haven't seen our hit yet, have we, in this box? I don't think we have. Whoops, that's not our prism. It's behind me. It's behind that card. I saw the wrong thing shine, didn't I? It is a fireworks insert for Mookie Betts and the Dodgers. So we seem to be finding one silver prism and one prism insert per box, to be specific. This is red, and it's the Mojo pattern. And it's Ozuna, numbered to 149 for the Atlanta Braves. So it seems that our red donut is to 99, our red Mojo to 149. Nick Ahmed, 99, Arizona Diamondbacks. And it held out to the bitter end, didn't it? Logan Webb, numbered to 35, brings us the San Francisco Giants autograph. It made it almost to the end before it showed up there. Elmer says, read it. Okay, so here's the deal. If you are watching this later, or even if you're watching it now and you're just not in chat, Elmer is interested in buying that very first autograph that we hit tonight for the Kansas City Royals with McBroom. So if you own the Kansas City Royals and you are interested in selling that autograph to Elmer, you can reach him at evcjr at yahoo.com. All right. So if you've got the Royals and you want to sell McBroom, you have got a willing buyer right there with Elmer. I think it's always good if you hit something and you already have somebody that wants to buy it, right? I mean, that makes it a little easier, doesn't it? Can avoid all those eBay fees as well. Oh, and here's something good for you, for those of you who also sell on eBay. You know, of course, they're forcing everybody into managed payments, right? We all know that, and we're not going to be able to choose anymore. You have to use eBay managed payments, which it's not going to be. There's a lot of things I don't like about it. I mean, I could name you a huge list of things I don't like about it. But one in particular, when I was reading the fine print, struck me. They are now, once you switch to managed payments, they are going to charge sellers the 10% final value fee plus whatever payment processing fee on the sales tax that they collect. How do you like that? So, right, they started collecting sales tax last year. Sellers don't ever see it. We don't ever touch it or interact with it in any way. It's automatically added to the invoice. We can't adjust it or change it. We don't process it. We don't even ever have the money for it. And we were already paying 3% PayPal fees on the sales tax amount, which amounted to several $1,000s for me last year. Now they're going to add on, when we switch to managed payments, the 10% final value fees in addition. So by the time I pay 13% of sales tax that I never touch or collect, I calculated that it's going to cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 in fees for what I sell on eBay in any given year for sales tax alone that I never touch or see. So there you go. There's a whole other reason not to like eBay managed payments, because they can force down any kind of horrible policy they want, including one like that, which is nothing but a money grab for them. And you can't do anything about it. So isn't that fun to know? Stephen Strasburg and the Washington Nationals is our silver prism. And of course, they hit it in the fine print too. You had to really read through, like, here's what's going to happen when we switch you over to find that. It's not like it said it out there up close where you could see it. Kyle Hendricks and the Cubbies to 199. So for those of you who are selling, well, you can plan on owing money on money you never receive. Acuna and the Braves, numbered to 99, the red parallel. And then we have a red parallel Charlie Blackmon for the Colorado Rockies. But yeah, they're saying I have to sign up in this week. And if I don't sign up this week, they're going to stop letting me post new listings. So they really truly give you no choice. To 149, Strasburg and the Nationals. Of course, they've been trying to get me to sign up for it since last year. And I'm like, no, I will not sign up for it until very literally the absolute day that you make me. Because there are so many things wrong with it. So many things wrong with it. Can't even believe they're doing it. I mean, why'd they sell PayPal? They should have just kept PayPal. We wouldn't be in this mess. To 199, Jonathan Hernandez and the Texas Rangers. Then we have a Brilliance insert, Vlad Guerrero Jr. That is also to 199, going to the Toronto Blue Jays. Here is our Prism insert, and that is Marcus Semien for the Oakland A's. Oh, T-Man, you're welcome for sharing the eBay info. I figure a lot of you on here probably sell. Now, I don't know to what extent it will. Obviously, it's going to impact everyone, but those of you who sell in a high volume, it will really impact you to the tune of $8,000 to $10,000 if you're selling as much as I sold on there last year anyway. That is Jose Altuve, numbered to 199. So, I mean, I guess that's just their way of making more money without, quote-unquote, raising the final value fees, right? I mean, first, they took their final value fee on the shipping cost, so we've already been paying 10% extra on that. But the sales tax, I just can't even believe they can get away with that. Numbered to 25, that is Freddie Freeman and the Atlanta Braves. Numbered to 199, San Francisco Giants and Dubon. I guess when you're the only game in town, you can get away with whatever you want, right? I guess that's the moral of the story. All right, we have got a green parallel, Instant Impact Brewers Yelich, numbered to 125. And that is the first green that we've seen tonight, I do believe. And our hit is approaching. You might have seen it a minute ago, and I decided to defer it and look at it now. And it brings us Hunter Harvey and the Baltimore Orioles. That is numbered to 50, a nifty 50. Ben Rudd's here. You said, oh, you had a bad weekend. Oh my gosh, she had to spend 3 days in the hospital, and now she's got the double dosage of pain meds, giving it one or two more weeks to see if her kidney starts functioning again. Oh, goodness. Oh, you know what? I was hoping that things had turned a corner for you guys. I am so sorry to hear that. I am really sorry to hear that. I hope that they can get it turned around for sure. I mean, that's terrible, man. I am sorry. I will really hope that changes for you and your wife, obviously. Kirby Yates for the Padres, numbered to 99. So I take it the new chemo hasn't been doing its thing. It doesn't sound like it's maybe been working that well. They got any other kind of alternatives they're thinking of? I mean, other than it sounds like maybe removing her kidney if it doesn't get itself straightened out. You just got back from Walgreens with her Narcan. Well, the good news is that does help. I mean, I've unfortunately lost a few people to cancer along the way, and for sure that pain medicine, that helps. So I know it doesn't change the circumstances, but at least it makes it a little more comfortable. So I'm glad they changed their dosage to try to at least keep that much under control. So okay, well, that's a scan. Your last scan said that it's spreading in some places and not in others. Well, so there is some hope in there. They maybe need to do some targeted therapy or something. Of course, they probably already are doing that, I guess. I know, it's some tricky stuff, isn't it? Well, we will certainly hope that things turn the corner. All right, what box are we on here, guys? We have got 1, 2, 3. This would be 4. So I guess we're halfway there, aren't we? We've opened 4, and we have 4 waiting to be discovered. Counting this one. This is one of the 4. Numbered to 199, Nico Goodrum and the Minnesota Twins. And here we have a blue, Nolan Arenado to 199, Colorado Rockies. Numbered to 99, there is, to 149, sorry. There's James McCann and the White Sox. Now, see, that's a red donut. So why is some red donut 99 and some red donut 149? I thought all the red to 149 was Mojo, but that wasn't Mojo. Panini confuses me with the way they number things. They are not consistent. Not the way Topps is, anyway. Dallas Keuchel, 199, White Sox. And here we have a silver insert. Prism insert, warming in the pen, Tampa Bay Rays and Brent Honeywell. Followed by, now that's a totally different pattern. It's Matt Chapman and the Oakland A's. It is numbered to 35. I know the name of that pattern, and I'm blanking on it. I do know it. Well, I did know it once upon a time. Now it's buried somewhere in my old tired brain, and it cannot remember it. So David's here. Hi, David. You saw Jay Allen's post. You said, oh, no helmet for you. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I couldn't remember what teams you had in there. I knew you were in there, but I couldn't remember which teams you had. So, yeah, tonight it was Steelers, Chiefs, and Cowboys. Steelers, Chiefs, and Cowboys came out tonight. Ramon Laureano and the Oakland A's. That is numbered to 25. And that felt like, hang on a minute. I felt like there was a card stuck to the back of one of those, but I guess not. Same before I laid down, but felt weird. I don't know. Worth double checking anyway. Shohei Ohtani and the Angels, numbered to 99. Numbered to 199, the Texas Rangers. And then we have Colton Wong to 99 for the Cardinals. And our Prism insert is Bryce Harper, Instant Impact for the Philadelphia Phillies. should be numbered to 15 when we flip it. It is Danny Duffy for the Kansas City Royals, and it is indeed numbered to 15. Here comes our hit. Ooh, I love this hit for you, Tampa Bay. Brendan McKay and the Tampa Bay Rays. I like it. And it is numbered to 35. So good little autograph hit there for Tampa Bay. To 199, that is Starlin Castro for the Washington Nationals. That sounds weird to say, doesn't it? Starlin Castro for the Nationals. I know, it takes a while to get used to it, some of these guys, when they change teams, etc. All right, this is box number 6 of 8 that is coming out right now as we roll along merrily, merrily, merrily. Oh, hang on, my iPad paused. I hit it. I do that all the time, and I don't even know what I do. I somehow brush up against or hit something over there on the iPad and pause it all the time when it's the video. And I don't mean for it to, of course, but somehow manage to do it rather frequently. I have to use the iPad to watch the break and make sure that nothing funky's going on. You know, because my broadcast software doesn't show me, like if YouTube were to go down, which has happened before, or something like that. My broadcast software, which is the other place you can watch it while it's happening, doesn't tell me that there's something funky going on with YouTube, and it just all looks fine and dandy. So I learned a long time ago that I also have to watch it on the iPad to make sure that there's nothing funky going on. And, of course, so I can see chat and talk to you guys and gals. Well, piece of wrapper stuck to me there. Okie dokie, here we go. Number 2, 199. That is the Colorado Rockies. German Marquez. I believe this will be to 25, and it is. It is the Colorado Rockies and Daza, whichever. Number 299, Diaz, and that is the Miami Marlins. We have one coming up that'll be to 199. It is Vogelbach for the Mariners. And a little cracked ice. Now, typically, this would be numbered to 25. Let's see if it is. If not, then they also call this same pattern, or what is essentially the same pattern, crystal sometimes, or crystals. Yeah, there we go. Nice 25. Cracked ice. Zach Collins for the White Sox. So it's our first cracked ice of the night. And an Illumination Strasburg that happens to be not only numbered to 5, but it's number 5 of 5. Haha, the Nationals. You know I get a special little thrill from that, right? You know I do. I absolutely love it when it's the first in the series or the last in the series. And I know there's no logical difference between, 2 of 5 and 5 of 5, but somehow mentally it just seems more fun if it's the first in the series or the last in the series, doesn't it? I think it does. I don't think it's just me. Ketel Marte and the Diamondbacks with a prism insert. Again, those falling 1 per box along with 1 silver prism per box. Kirby Yates, 199, the Padres. Then we have a blue parallel here, Mookie Betts to 199, the Dodgers. Of course, he'll be a free agent again before you know it. He'll play, what, a handful of games for the Dodgers, I guess. Hopefully the 60. We never know. There's Acuna to 199 for the Braves. And then he'll get to hit the free agent market. An Illumination Yordan Alvarez. So that is a Prism insert. Was that our second one out of this box? Might have been. We've usually been falling one per. And we next have ourselves an Astro to 149. It's the red parallel of Zach Greinke and the Diamondbacks. And then we have a red Yu Chang. And that is numbered to 99 for the Indians. And our hit is hanging out up there just waiting. You know you weren't going to get through a break without finding an Oakland A autograph now, didn't you? So this is the A's. It's numbered to 25. It's Sheldon Neuse for Oakland. All right, box number 7 of 8 coming up. 43 Wilson says, did you miss any Chavez color? You had to go, oh, you got a puppy. Yay. No, I don't think we have had any Red Sox color. I think T-Man's right on it there. He said the same thing. I think he is right. I don't remember seeing any Red Sox color. I wouldn't swear to that fact because we've seen a lot of cards, but off the top of my head, I don't remember any. And T-Man says we haven't, and we trust that. So tell us about your puppy. What kind of puppy do you have? We love animals around here, so yeah, we're all about anything, really. Doesn't matter what it is. We like all kinds of animals. 43 Wilson is trying to build the Chavez Rainbow, and it's a ton of cards. Oh, you are not wrong about that. Yep, would be a rather onerous task to put that together, I am sure. A Black Russian Terrier. How big do they get? I can't think what that is. Can't think what a Russian Terrier looks like. But I bet it's adorable at 8 months old. Or does that say 3 months old? My vision is playing tricks on me tonight. 3 months old. 3, not 8. She's going to be 130 pounds. Ooh, she's going to be big. She's going to be a pretty girl. Oh, that's so nice. My sister has Shelties. We have cats. We don't have any dogs. My sister has only dogs, and she and her husband have a few of the Shelties, and they're such sweet, nice dogs. I've always thought it would be nice to have a dog, but I don't feel like we have enough space right now for a dog to go out and like roam and romp and whatever. I wanna have a yard that's bigger, a lot bigger, before we have a dog. That is Mondesi with a Prism insert for the Royals. But I do get to play with my neighbor's dog some, and I get to dog sit occasionally too, which I like. Number to 149, that is Javi Baez and the Cubbies. And then we have Lance Lynn to 199 for the Texas Rangers. And there's Rizzo, numbered to 199 for the Cubbies. Yeah, we had a little miniature collie when I was growing up. And that's numbered to 199 Colorado Rockies. We got it from one set of my grandparents. And before it was all said and done, my grandmother on the other side ended up with him because, my grandfather died and my grandmother was lonely there in the house by herself. And so she ended up taking him like while we went on vacation, and then we just kind of never got him back. Oh, but she loved him and he loved her. So he traveled throughout our family. The Atlanta Braves and Mike Soroka is our silver prism. Of course, it was okay because my grandmother just lived like a mile or so from us, so we still saw him all the time. It's 199 Lucas Giolito and the White Sox. And then we have a red Mookie Betts, Dodgers /99. Our hit is going to the Blue Jays. It's Jacob, whose last name I butcher, so we're just going to call him Jacob. Ooh, and this is numbered to 5. Woohoo! Sweet. Now, I do kind of wish it had been Bo Bichette. I'll freely admit that. But if you got the Blue Jays, it's still a nice little hit, numbered to 5. I just happen to particularly like Bo Bichette, so I would have personally liked for that to have been him, but still a good hit. To 149, it's Rizzo and the Cubbies. And there's Nick Ahmed. This is going to be numbered to 199, and that is going to the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is probably going to be numbered to 25, I'm guessing. It is Juan Soto, an instant impact insert, also numbered to 25 for the Nationals. This, I believe, will be numbered to 10. It's Jose Abreu. It's the White Sox, and I was wrong. It is not numbered to 10. It is numbered to 100. See, I think their orange and their gold look almost alike in this product. I do not see very much differentiation between the orange and the gold coloring, but maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but I make that mistake a lot in here. I think the colors are so similar. To 199, Trey Mancini and the Baltimore Orioles, and the last 2 base cards wrap up that box, bringing us to good old box number 8, the last box of our break tonight here. Andrew's here. He says we need a big name auto out of this last box. He's looking for a marquee name to come out of here. I'm with you, Andrew. Let's do it. Let's try and make it work. What do you say? T-Man, how do you pronounce Jacob's last name? You have the Blue Jays. You probably know how to pronounce it. Can you type in there how to pronounce it phonetically? And I probably won't remember it because we all know I'm horrible with name pronunciation. Even when I do know how it's supposed to sound, I often can't replicate it. But I don't even know how that's supposed to sound. But I'm guessing you probably do. Andrew, you are right on it. He called it Last Box Mojo. We say that most of the time, and I got myself distracted by how to pronounce Jacob Guy's last name. But it is indeed time for Last Box Mojo, and this is, of course, where we collectively focus our energies and try to get the last box to give us some specifically good mojo, some especially good mojo. We're going to hope that it happens tonight. Sometimes it does, you know. Sometimes we call Last Box Mojo and some absolute fire comes out. Other times it's like, eh. So let's hope this is one of the fire nights, right? We're going to try. Try very hard. You don't know how to pronounce it either, okay? I'm not alone then. I need to figure that out. I do not have any idea how you would say that. But I'm quite sure that however I would say it would almost definitely be incorrect. Okay, here we go, kids. Let's roll through it and see what we have got. Right off the bat, there's our autograph. Did you see it already? Because if you didn't, I'll hold it and wait a minute so you don't see it the very first thing. But if you already saw it, we'll just look at it. Our silver prism, it is Ryu. There's another guy who moved, and I still want to say his old team name, but he is now a Blue Jay. So our silver prism out of the last box to Toronto with Ryu. Kikuchi, number to 199, the Seattle Mariners. Logan Allen and the Cleveland Indians. That is coming out numbered to 99 in the red parallel. And then for the Phillies, numbered to 199, it's the blue parallel for JT Realmuto. Here is a blue parallel Bumgarner. Diamondbacks to 199. So many off-season changes. Ay, ay, ay. It's hard to remember them when you don't see them playing. This is Mike Fiers for the Oakland A's, and that one is gold, and it's numbered to 10. I guess technically their gold looks more yellow, so maybe that's what I need to try and remember when I'm trying to differentiate between their gold and their orange in here. All right, here it is, the autograph out of the last box. And it is going to the Padres. It's numbered to 50 with Bolanos. So there you go. San Diego picking up the last autograph of the night. Numbered to 199. That is Chris Bryant and the Cubbies. Now, of course, we will do some recapping after we finish looking through things here. Numbered to 99, Mitch Garver and the Minnesota Twins. And Christian Yelich, the Brewers, with the instant impact insert, numbered to 199. One little stack left to look at. Still find a few things in it. Casey Mize and the Detroit Tigers with a prism insert warming in the pen. And we have a red insert, Nelson Cruz, coming out. And it is numbered to 149. Numbers game is the insert type there. And another green one. I think only our second green one of the night. It's Caleb Smith and Miami Marlins. The green being to 125. My little blue stack is trying to get too tall over there. I need to rearrange that a minute. And then our last blue is Steven Strasburg for your World Series winning Washington Nationals to 199. And that is the last that we have to look at. Now, as I said, we will do some recapping. And if you give me just a second here to get somewhat organized, I will try to get all the things that are numbered the same, kind of somewhat lined up the same, just to make it maybe a little tad bit more efficient, hopefully, when we recap it here in a minute. So now we're not going to recap obviously everything that's numbered because, well, gosh, there's a ton of it, right? So we're not going to look at every single numbered thing, but we will look at the ones that are relatively low numbered. And then of course the autographs and our silver prisms, not our prism inserts, but our straight silver prisms, okay? So, and after we do this, I will put up shipping date information one final time, and we'll also put up what's coming up in the days ahead one final time as well. So, Ryu and the Blue Jays, Soroka and the Braves, Strasburg and the Nationals. And then you have Tatis for the Padres, Taylor for the Brewers, and Alonso for the Mets. Those were our 8 silver prisms, 1 in each of 8 boxes. Now, our lower numbered recap items. This is Steven Strasburg for the Nationals. It is numbered to 5, and it is number 5 of 5. And we have James Paxton, Yankees, to 10. Also to 10, you have Mike Fiers for the Oakland A's. We had 1 cracked ice tonight. It is Zach Collins for the White Sox to 25. We had 1 of this pattern whose name I have momentarily forgotten. It is numbered to 35. It might be called Scope, but I would not 100% swear to you that that's that pattern's name. All of them that look like this, they're going to be numbered to 15. You have Brendan McKay and the Tampa Bay Rays, Garrett Cole and the Yankees, Joey Gallo for the Texas Rangers, and then a little Danny Duffy for the Kansas City Royals. All of them that look like this are going to be numbered to 25. That is the Nationals and Max Scherzer. Then we have Ketel Marte, the Diamondbacks. Padres with Manny Machado. Freddie Freeman for the Atlanta Braves. There's Ramon Laureano for the A's. Daza for the Rockies. And last but not least, Juan Soto for the Nationals. Now that leaves us with our autographs to recap. Kaleidoscope. So I was right. It is scope. I just left off the kaleido part. Okay. I need to remember that it's technically kaleidoscope. They have so many patterns at Panini, and it is my poor little brain. It just can't remember them all. Even after all these years, I can't remember them all. For the Padres, numbered to 50, Bolanos. Then we have Jacob, whose last name I can't pronounce. It is numbered to 5, going to the Toronto Blue Jays. Sheldon Neuse heads to the Oakland A's, numbered to 25. Sweet little Brenda McKay hit, numbered to 35, Tampa Bay Rays. And you get Hunter Harvey for the Orioles, numbered to 50. Here comes Logan Webb to 35 for the Giants. And then there's Lewis Thorpe to 50 for the Minnesota Twins. And the one that got us started tonight was Ryan McBroom to 35 for the Kansas City Royals. All right, so there is the break and the recap. Let's go ahead and get that spreadsheet information up here one final time for those of you who might have missed it earlier. If you want to know your anticipated shipping date, etc., it's coming your way right now. So yeah, the free shipping break, which was the full-size helmets, should be out the door and on the way to you sometime between now and next Tuesday. Free shipping stuff is always projected to go out just somewhere within a 7-day window. So won't be any later than next Tuesday, but will probably be sooner than that. If you did not get a hit in the helmet break, which was our free shipping break, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year in any series. It is simply a loose, random trading card. And I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period and would typically send it with your next package. If you want it sent sooner, you can just hit me up in eBay messages and let me know, and I will gladly put it in a plain white envelope with a stamp and send it your way. What we just broke, which was our Prism Quick Pitch Baseball, is a paid shipping break. And of course, it's going to, I'm sure everybody in here hit cards. Once again, all the cards do ship in here, and went into some detail about that earlier. For those of you who had some questions about how all that works, was able to explain that earlier. So you can rewind if you want the full 411, but it is all headed out the door. Therefore, I think all teams have card shipping. If by some miracle somebody didn't get a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you would still get a package in the mail. It would have consolation card or cards in it. Would go out when the rest of the break goes out the door, which will be approximately Saturday. So that is always plus or minus a day. The week goes really well, might go out sooner. Something very unexpected happens, could go a day later. As it stands right now, Saturday is my expectation for Quick Pitch to be out the door. This is what it looks like in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, we're going to open a 12-box inner case of Legacy Football. Veteran Base does not ship in that break. It is a separate bidding category. Full details about that, of course, in the listing description. On Thursday night, we're going to open Archive Signature Series Baseball. That's technically a Wednesday release, but I thought it looked like it was going to be delayed in transit, so we're going to open it on Thursday instead, along with a case of Clearly Authentic Baseball and a case of Finest Baseball. Then on Friday, we've got a pair of new releases. We'll open them both. A 10-box case of Panini Absolute Baseball and 8 loose boxes, which is a half-case quantity of Panini Chronicles Draft Picks Football, will be Friday night. And then, of course, Saturday and Sunday are both off nights. So that, I believe, has got me wrapped up for tonight. As always, I do appreciate you being here, so I thank you for spending part of your Tuesday night with me. I hope that you have a fantastic week ahead and that I will see you again, if not tomorrow night, sometime soon. And in the meantime, until I see you next, stay safe and happy and healthy, and I'll be back at it tomorrow.